Hi, hello everyone. Happy Janmashtami to you all. And I'm so glad that I'm here and I'll be telling you stories about Krishna, something that's connected very deeply with me. Yeah, but before we start, a small introduction. You all must be knowing what Janmashtami is, but still, it's better that I give you a small introduction. Vishnu, the protector of the universe, came to earth in 10 avatarams to restore cosmic balance, of which the eighth is the Krishna avatara. Today, Krishna Janmashtami is the birth nakshatra of Krishna, and it is celebrated with great pomp in India. Just now, I finished my puja at home, singing bhajans and making aval. And some people make appam, we make paisam, we make murukku, we make chigadai, vella chidai, and uppu chidai. I don't know what you call it in Kannada, but in Tamil it is called chigadai. So, and vella chidai was my favorite when I was a kid. That's what my mom tells me. Yeah, so we just finished the puja. And I'm hoping that you all would have finished your puja at home. And so get ready to listen to stories, some wonderful stories. Yes. The first one, of course, is about Krishna's childhood. Who does not like Krishna as a kid? Huh? Everybody actually wants to imagine Krishna as a little baby crawling and, eating butter and milk and curd and whatnot. So this is a song which I really love. I love it when Aruna Sairam sings it. She sings it with such enthusiasm. Yes, so that is the song that I'm going to start with. Vishamakara Kannan, Vishamakara Kannan, Pullada Vishamakara Kannan. வேடிக்கையாய் பாட்டு பாடி விதவிதமாய் ஆட்டமாடி நாழிக்கொரு லீலை செய்யும் நந்த கோபால கிருஷ்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் வெண்ணை பாடை மூடக்கூடாது யாரும் கிட்ட சொல்லக்கூடாது. Krishna, he does not like if the buttermilk or the butter pot is kept away from him. He loves butter. Yeah. So every time he gets a chance, he used to go along with his friends and steal butter from his neighbor's house. All the gopikas were fed up of Krishna's and his friends' pranks. Wherever they keep the butter pot, they would immediately find it. But when they catch Krishna red-handed, do you think they would be able to have that stern face and be cross with Krishna? Definitely not. Now, here is an instance that happened. I heard it for the first time when my mother-in-law was telling this story to my elder daughter. And I really loved the imagination of whoever the author of this story is. I thought I will share that story with you all today. Krishna was sitting inside his house, okay? Already Yashoda had been very angry with him for some pranks that he had made, and he was sitting there like this, having a very long face. And there behind the windows, he could hear the sound of his friends calling out to him, psst, 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 psst. Hey, Krishna, Krishna, come, let's go and play. Psst, psst, psst. And Krishna is sitting here and saying, Amma, she's not going to let me. She's very angry with me. Go away. I don't want to come today. But those boys, they would not go anywhere without Krishna, They just looked at Krishna and said, Vada, come somehow come off. We'll go and eat butter. Delicious butter. The next door auntie, she just left to the market, and I know for sure that she has this beautiful pot of butter. Please come, Krishna. And Krishna had to go because he cannot say no to his friends, and that's exactly what he did. He slowly crept outside his house and ran out to the neighbor's house. And now when he went to the neighbor's house, he was very, very familiar with the place. And so happily he just walked to the kitchen. They know that the neighbor auntie was not there, but they were not able to find the pot. They looked down, ting ting, to the right, ting ting, to the left, ting ting, even under the table, ting ting. But the pot was not to be seen at all. And Krishna was like, huh? Where did this pot go? Where could she have kept the pot? I really don't know where she... Oh, they have hung the pot from the ceiling. Clever ladies, he thought. But then the friends were a little cross. They said, how are we going to get the, butter? Oh, we are already hungry. And look, I'm drooling already. I want to eat butter. Krishna, please help me. And Krishna said, don't you worry. Just bend down. I will just climb one on top of the other and then I will take and give the butter to you all. And that's exactly what they did. All the friends stood one on top of the other and Krishna climbed over them, and when he reached the pot, he just took the butter and he gave it to all his friends. They had really mouthful, delicious butter. And when it was Krishna's turn, as he was about to take the butter, the door opened. An auntie came. The neighbor auntie came. What will Krishna do? Oh my God. All his friends just ran outside from the back door, and Krishna was there standing with butter in his hands, all his face smeared with butter, and saying, Auntie. And she just came and she said, what are you doing in my house? You know what? You won't believe me if I tell you, but this is the truth, okay? What? I can see you, handful of butter. Come right away. I'll take you to Yashoda. She just held his ears, pinching it hard. And Krishna was like, Mama, just listen to what I'll have to say. She just took it off. It was already red. I told you, you won't believe. No, you tell me what it is. You know what? Tell me what? You know, we have a small calf in our house. Her name is Nandini. Have you seen her? Very beautiful she is, with big eyes, which looks just like as if she's been wearing kajal in her eyes. Have you seen Nandini? Come to the point. Today Nandini, you know what? She just escaped. I don't know where. So, and my mummy was telling me, my amma was telling me to go and look for Nandini. Okay. And I just came to see if she was hiding in this pot of yours. What? I just came to see if Nandini was hiding in this butter pot of yours. That's exactly what the auntie did. She could not get angry with Krishna anymore. She just sent him home with one handful of butter. But did they stop there? These little Krishna and his friends, the pranks grew more and more every day, and the Gopikas were really fed up. They all went straight to Yashoda and said, what have you brought up, A little child, you think so? One naughty fellow he is. We are not even able to keep a little butter for our husbands, for our children. He eats up everything. And more than anything else, he creates such a mess. Amma, Yashoda, Mai, help us. But Yashoda said, I know, I understand. My Krishna is a little naughty. But then you also could be a little clever. Of course we were clever. We tried to put the pot up the ceiling. And you know what happened in the neighbor auntie's house yesterday? You know that, right? Now what do we do? You only tell me. And Yashoda was thinking. She said, I have an idea. What idea is that? Why don't you hang a bell just below the pot? Hang the pot in the ceiling, and just below the pot, hang a tiny little bell. And then what will happen? When Krishna is going up to get the pot, Even if you are in the next room, if he's going to touch the pot, the bell will ring and you will know that my son is there. And once he knows that you're planning to catch him red-handed, he would not come to your house to steal butter. Don't keep telling only things about my Krishna. You also could be a little, thinking clever. I can't be helping you every single time, Yashoda said. The gopis thought probably it was a good idea, and everybody hung a tiny little bell right below the butter pot. Next day, Krishna walked with his friends. And he was very surprised because every time he was trying to invade a gopi's house, they had locked it and sealed it up. They knew Krishna and his friends would come. But to his surprise and to everybody's surprise, the doors were open. And he said, what's wrong with all these gopis, Anyways, let us just go and have a nice filling of butter. And they just walked inside and they looked up the ceiling because they knew the pot was not anywhere else. But then when they looked up the ceiling, so that is why they have become very clever. They have hung a bell. Now what do we do, Krishna? Poch, we cannot have any butter. Poch, they're going to get us, they're just going to catch us red-handed. Now what do we do? And Krishna said, don't you worry. I shall help you. And he looked at the bell and he spoke to the bell. That's right. He spoke to the bell. He said, you and I are friends, okay? When I'm going to climb up and take the butter, you would not make any sound. Do you understand? And the bell slowly went. Shh. Now no more noise. Just stay quiet until I finish taking the butter. Okay? And he started to climb over his friends and he took the butter and he passed it on to his friends one by one. And to everybody's surprise, the bell did not move at all. It did not ring at all. But as it was time for Krishna to eat the butter, he took a little butter in his hands, and as he was about to put it in his mouth, the bell started ringing joyously. And Krishna was like, shh, did you forget our deal? I told you not to ring. Why are you ringing now? And the bell said, what do I do? I'm just sticking to my Swadharma. It is my duty to ring when God is eating food. In Indian households and in Indian temples, whenever food is served to the Lord, which is considered to be Naivedyam, they ring bell and offer the food to God. The bell here, the author imagines that the bell says, I am sticking to my Swadharma. I am sticking to my rule in life. Krishna tells us how we should be living, the rules that we should follow as human beings when we are leading a life in his book Bhagavat Gita. And now this story, I think, is a very sweet story of where the God himself is caught in his rules. Very sweet, right? Thank you so much. I think so many of you have joined. Ranjini, welcome. Yes, I see Venkat Raghavan here. Hi. Ritu, hi. Hello, Sundari Mami. So many of you are here, and thank you so much for joining. I'm hoping you're all having a great time listening to stories. So these are the stories about Krishna's childhood. But who does not love Krishna, the lover? Yeah. So he is somebody who dances with the gopis, mesmerizes them with a single flute. I don't know if most of you know the story of how a bamboo became Krishna's flute. It is said that there were so many bamboo trees which were standing, and there was one particular bamboo tree which was not very high but very low, and it was bending down. Nobody, when they came to take the bamboo or cut the bamboo, touched this tree, but they say that the bamboo was standing there, making a very severe meditation upon the Lord. And Krishna came, he chose that tree, the bamboo from that tree, and made it his flute. That is a story. I'm not sure if it is true or not, but it is a very beautiful explanation of how humbleness will take us to the Almighty. Yeah, but there is this great song in Tamil which talks about Krishna's flute. புல்லாங்குழல் கொடுத்த மூங்கில்களே எங்கள் புருஷோத்தமன் புகழ் பாடுங்களேன். It says all the bamboos who are made into flutes, tell us more about Krishna. Tell us what Krishna does, because they believe that the flute is something that is always there with Krishna. You can never see Krishna without a flute. And in India, people especially believe that if you are very pious and if you're very devoted to the Lord, you end up being a part of the Lord. Some of them, they say they became the gejje in Krishna's, the money in Krishna's gejje. Or some believe that they become Krishna's ornaments so that they can always be close to the God. That is how the great devotees have imagined themselves to be as gaining mukti or gaining salvation. Yeah, but the flute of Krishna never fails to, mesmerize anybody who listens to it. Not even the great sages who had great powers of meditation was able to hold their meditative powers when they listened to Krishna's flute. Why? Even the great God who sat in Kailash and was meditating was slightly disturbed when Krishna's flute, when he could hear the song of the Krishna's flute coming in the breeze. Shiva was sitting in Kailash and doing his meditation. That is when he heard the flute of Krishna, and he opened up his eyes. And suddenly he had this desire to go and see what was happening in Vrindavan. So quickly he just went down to Vrindavan, and there he saw that there was some preparation going on, and there was this guard who was standing outside, and Yogamaya, they say, and he was looking at everybody and letting them inside. The people who all went inside were only ladies. And Shiva went there and he said, "What is happening inside?" And Yogamaya said, "Ras Leela is just about to happen. Krishna is inside, and I'm sending all the gopis one by one. They're all the ones who are going to dance along with Krishna as he plays the flute. It's going to be a very beautiful experience for them. People, they say, go in trance when Krishna dances with them." And now Shiva wanted to experience that trance too. And he said, "Please let me in. I would like to go and see the dance as well and probably join in a dance with Krishna." And the guard said, "I'm sorry, sir. That is not possible. Only women, only gopis are allowed inside." And Krishna said, "Now, what do I do? How do I become a gopi? You can probably go and pray to Vrinda Devi. She might help you." And that is what Shiva did. Shiva went and prayed to Vrinda Devi and requested her to convert him to a gopika. Vrinda Devi said, "Why don't you take a dip in the holy waters of Manasarovar and come out emerging as a gopi?" When Shiva did that, he came out as a beautiful gopi. And Vrinda Devi took Shiva to the Ras Leela Sthala. He went inside. He stood there in one corner and he was praying to Sri Sri Radha Krishna, asking for Prema Bhakti. And the next moment, Ras Leela started, and Krishna was dancing in a trance with all the hundreds and thousands of gopis, and even Shiva was one among them. Enchanted he felt. And after a while, after dancing a while, when they rested, Krishna stopped and he said, I'm not getting as much pleasure as I used to get every day when I dance with these gopis. I sense that something is wrong. I think there is a man among us. And he called Lalita Devi and said, why don't you go and check if all the people here in this room are only women except me? And Lalita Devi went and she lifted the veil of each and every gopi who was there, hundreds and thousands of gopi, and she could not make out any difference. She came back to Krishna and said, I don't see a man here. Everybody seems to be a woman. But I should tell you, there is just one woman with 3 eyes. What? 3 eyes? Bring her here. And when that woman was brought before Krishna, and Krishna lifted the veil of the woman, he saw the 3-eyed woman and he burst out into a hearty laugh. He said, oh, so this is a Shiva Gopi. And he looked at Shiva and said, why are you here? And Maheshwara said, I wanted to experience the trance, Krishna. People are talking about your Ras Leela, and I just could not resist. I just wanted the desire to be fulfilled. That is why I came here disguised as a gopi. And Krishna said, but what do I do, Shiva? This is not for grihasthas, not for householders. So I am going to retain this form of yours, and I'm going to make you the guard of the Ras Leela gates, he said. And from now on, all the gopis, before they come to dance the Ras Leela with me, they will pray to you and then only come. Shiva stands even today there in Vrindavan as Gopishwara. And they say the custom of gopis praying to Shiva and then entering the Raslila Sthala was then followed. I believe that you would not have listened to the story. I was so thrilled when I read this story. It was such a beautiful piece of how people get so excited about, various stuffs in life, and you have this urging desire to experience what is that. I just wanted to go and see what is that. Yes, so not even Shiva was what do I say, even Shiva had to experience it, and that's why we got Gopishwara. Yeah, so that was the third story for you all. I have another story, or maybe there is time for 2 more stories, which are very, 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 very beautiful. Yeah. So yes, we have some more people who have joined. Very nice. Thank you so much. The next story that I wanted to share with you all today is a very beautiful story. But yeah, I love this song as well. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram Janaki Vallabham Vasudevam Bhaje कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं तुम मीरा की जैसे बुलाते नहीं. Every single bhakta, every single devotee of Krishna, or any Lord for that matter, they go, the deepest devotion, they say, is always leading one to God. But what could you consider as the deepest devotion? Sitting in front of the Lord and doing puja every day, very piously? Some say that is what is devotion. Some say chanting the name of Lord is devotion. Some believe that singing bhajans and praises is devotion. But to God, even the smallest belief is considered to be the greatest devotion, especially Krishna. Chittachora Yashoda Krishna Navanida Chor Gopal Chittachora Yashoda Kebal Navanida Chor Gopal. He's called Chittachora. You know what does Chittachora mean? Chittachora means the stealer of hearts. Yes, he is the stealer of hearts. And this story is a beautiful story which I read as a WhatsApp forward. I don't know who the author of the story is, but yes, I would want to share the story with you all today because I connected with it so very deeply. So there was this great learned man in a village who always finished his day by reading the stories from the Bhagavata Purana, the Bhagavatam. Yeah. So every day he used to sit in front of the puja room, in front of the idol of Lord Krishna, and he would read stories from the Bhagavatam every single day. But one day, as he was reading, he did not notice that there was somebody who was coming inside his house. It was a thief who was hoping to get a good amount of money or something from that man's house. But then he saw that something was happening and he decided to wait behind the door and wait for that Brahmin to finish whatever he was doing. And as he was sitting behind the door and waiting really quietly, he listened to the stories that the priest or the learned man was reading. And he was reading about how Yashoda was decorating Krishna, how she gave bath to Krishna and then lined his beautiful lotus like eyes with kohl and then put the Sri Charanam on his forehead, and how she put nice diamond bangles in his hands and adorned his ears with gold jewelry and all the Vairam and Vaiduriam that she put all over little baby Krishna. And as this thief was listening to the description of how Krishna was being decorated, he had this urge to go and see that little boy and steal all the jewels from him. He was thinking, Vairam, diamonds, Vaidurium, precious gems, pearls. Who will not need it? And I should definitely go to that place. And it's, after all, a little child. I'm going to hit a fortune, he thought. And he was waiting for this man to finish. And the moment the man finished, he just jumped in front of him and said, now you. And the priest said, I don't have anything with me. I'm a very, 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 very poor priest, you know. Please let me go. And he said, who wants what you have? I just want you to tell me where that little boy lives. Which little boy? The one that you were talking about. Talking about? Which little boy? The little boy who was adorned with all jewels right from his head to toes. How his mother adorns him with diamond necklaces and bangles and pearl necklaces and rubies and emeralds. And I just want to see where that guy is. You mean Krishna? Yes, Krishna. That's his name, Krishna. Where does he live? You tell me and I'll leave you free. He lives by the bank of Yamuna River. That's right. If you go to Yamuna River, you'll be able to find him. Please leave. I don't have anything with me at all. Please, just let me go. And the thief, he was very happy and he went to the Yamuna River, and there by the banks of the Yamuna River, there was this huge tree. He just climbed up the tree and he was waiting the whole night, not even sleeping, waiting for Krishna to come. As he was just dozing off, he suddenly heard the mesmerizing flute. And he opened his eyes and he jumped down the tree to see that there were two boys. One, a very dark complexioned one, who was adorned with all the jewelry that the man had described the previous night. And the next one was a fair one who was wearing a white silk dhoti, who was coming along with him, Balarama. But the moment the thief cast his eyes on the little boys, he fell on his knees and he looked at them and tears of joy started flowing from his eyes. He was wondering who on earth would let out such beautiful boys adorned with so much jewels, just like that. How was that even possible? He was getting angry with Yashoda for having sent that child alone. He just looked at Krishna, and as he was crying, Krishna came near him. He quickly held Krishna's hands, and Krishna looked at him and he said, "Don't look at me like that. I feel very scared when I see your face." He too was trying to play pranks. And he said, "Don't be scared of me. That is possibly because of the thought that I was having inside my heart a few minutes back. That is what is coming in my face. I'm very sorry, but I'm not like that. I don't know why. I just feel like looking at your faces. You just look so beautiful. I don't know what is happening to me." And Krishna, he just looked at the man and said, "Oh, I now understand. So you have come here to steal all my jewelry. Okay, take it. But will your mother not be angry with you?" "It's okay. I'm also a thief." "You're also a thief?" "Huh, but I steal bigger things and better things. And nobody complains when I'm stealing, you know." "Really? What do you steal?" "Huh, I'll give you all these jewels that I'm wearing to you today. Okay? But in return for one thing that I take from you, I will steal that from you. I told you I'm a very big chore, thief. Tell me what you want. I'm going to steal your heart." "My heart?" "Yes," he said, and vanished. The next moment, the thief was sitting with a bundle in his hands, which was full of all the jewels that Krishna was wearing. Tears of joy flowed in his eyes, and he tied up the bundle and he ran to the priest's home. He went and he put it there and he said, "Look at this, look at this, look what I have got." He gave it to me. "What did he give it to you?" "Just open and see. The very same jewels that you described yesterday night. It's all here." And when the priest opened it up, he was surprised to see every single thing that he had described from the story was lying there. And he said, "Did he give it to you? Did you see him?" "Huh, I saw him." "But where?" "On the banks of river Yamuna." "Was he there?" "Yes." "Can you please take me there?" And the priest went along with the thief to the river Yamuna, and he was waiting to see a darshan of his Lord. "Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I'm not able to see anybody." He was getting restless and anxiety was killing him. But then after some time, the thief said, "There he comes. There he comes along with his brother. How beautiful he looks. Oh my God. I need to have 1,000 eyes to just look at this beautiful face. Where? I'm not able to see. Where is he? Where is he?" "Right in front of your eyes. He's just here." The priest was feeling very low. He cried, "But why? Why am I not able to see you, my Lord? What wrong have I done? I read stories of your life every day, but you have given darshan to this thief and not me." And then he heard an echo which said, "Yes, you read my stories every single day. You read them like a story. But this thief believed in what he heard. And that is why I thought I should not disappoint him." And then the voice stopped. I loved reading this story. It was a WhatsApp forward. I don't know who wrote it or how it came, but it was called Chitta Chora. And I really loved it. And I thought I should share this with you all today. Yeah. So I'm hoping that you're all having a great time listening to the stories. I have one single last story. I really wanted to let you all go, but my heart says, tell this story, Lavanya. And that is why I wanted to tell this with you all again. So just like I said, there are many people who, just want to be with the Lord, like Meera or any other devotee, or even Gopishwara. They sing in a trance. रासन छैया वृंदावन का गोकुल के बासी, राधा तुम्हारी दासी दर्शन को है प्यासी, श्याम सलोने नंद लाला कृष्ण बनवारी, तुमरे जब है न्यारी, मैं तो तन मन हारी, मैं तो तन मन हारी. People were all, they just wanted to become one with Krishna. Such was the devotion of everybody. Arjuna also thought like that. Just when he finished the Mahabharata war, he was sitting there and thinking, how nice it is to have Krishna by my side. And there is no doubt I'm his favorite, he was thinking inside his head. And just then, he heard a voice from behind. I don't think so, Arjuna. There are other people who are better devotees than you. He turned with a start, and there he saw Krishna. And he was again thinking inside his mind, but how did Krishna know what I was thinking? And to that, Krishna replied, that is because you are one among me now. That's why I'm able to read what you're thinking. But Arjuna was very curious. He said, you told me that there are other devotees who are better than me. Can there be anyone who is more dearer to you than me? I doubt there is. I would like to take you to a devotee of mine. She lives in the forest and her name is Pingala. Pingala? A lady? Yes. And I think she's a very supreme devotee of mine. I would like to see her, Arjuna said. But Krishna said, wait. I would strongly advise you to not go there as Arjuna. Your life might be in danger. So let us disguise as women and go to Pingala's hut. And that's what they did. Krishna and Arjuna disguised themselves as women and they walked to Pingala's hut. Arjuna, his heart was burning with jealousy. He was like, how can there be someone who's more dearer to Krishna, who's a greater devotee than me? But when he went inside, there was this lady who was sitting there in front of Krishna's idol, doing Naivedyam to Lord. And when they came in, she just looked at them and said, wait, let me do my puja and come and greet you. She finished her puja and went and said, so who are you? They said, we are women who were walking by the forest and we decided to rest for a little while. We just saw a hut. We thought we'll come and sit here and rest for a while if you don't mind. Of course, yes. I just finished puja for my Krishna. Come, let me give you the prasad. And she took them near the idol. Arjuna was shocked because right next to the idol of Krishna, there were 3 knives. One a very small one, another was a medium-sized knife, and the other was a little longer knife which was really, really sharp. Arjuna was very confused. He just looked at Pingala and asked, ma'am, if you don't mistake me, I see that you worship Krishna, but what are those 3 knives for? Oh, don't ask me that, young lady. You know, those 3 knives are to kill those 3 people when I meet them. Why should you kill somebody? I want to kill them because they caused so much pain to my Krishna. Really? And who are they? The first knife that you see, the one which is small, is for Sudama, Krishna's friend. Oh, don't you know about Sudama? Of course, I know everything about him. That Sudama, he gave Avalaki to my Krishna. Huh? My Krishna's lips, his tongue, it's all very soft. And how can Sudama give such hard Avalaki to Krishna? Will it not hurt his tongue? Will it not hurt his lips? want to kill him with this knife because he hurt my Lord's tongue. Arjuna was shocked beyond belief. He said, "Oh my God, if that is the case, then what is that medium sized, or who is that medium sized knife for?" That is for Panchali, Draupadi. She is a very true devotee of Krishna. Why would you want to kill her? That is because she made Krishna give her saris. Now that is nothing wrong. Haven't you heard the story? Huh? When the Pandavas, no, they played with Shakuni and it was all their fault. And for their fault, my Krishna had to suffer. But why? Have you heard this Duchasana who was trying to pull the sari? And he was really, really tired after doing that. If he was very tired, then imagine my Krishna. He was giving saris with his hands non-stop for Draupadi. How much his hands would have pained. I wanted to punish Draupadi for that. Arjuna, he didn't know what to say. And he was now wondering, for who would that last sharp and big knife be for? He said, "So for who is that third knife?" That is for someone who thinks that he is a very big man. He calls himself a great archer. Arjuna. It's for him. He just went back a little. But why would you do that? He made my Krishna Saradi to his chariot. How dare he? And my soft Krishna's palms, how much it would have hurt holding the reins of the horses and trying to take the chariot, trying to save Arjuna. And that is not right of him. If he really loved Krishna, do you think he would have done that? He does not like Krishna. Huh? Krishna quietly looked at Arjuna, who was now trembling with fear, and he said to Pingala, "Ma'am, you know what? Sudama is a very dear friend of Krishna, and Krishna always accepts anything which is given with a lot of love. I think you should just forgive Sudama." Pingala thought for a while and said, "That is right." And she threw the smallest knife away. But what about Panchali? Women, I'm there to save them. Save any devotee when he or she is in danger. It was my duty to protect my devotee when she was in danger. I don't think you should be punishing Draupadi as well. Pingala thought for a while. It made sense to her. She took the second knife and she threw it away. But Krishna said, "If you really wish to, you can keep the third knife with you." Arjuna didn't know what to say. Oh my God, Krishna is not supporting me here. What do I do now? But then Pingala took the knife and she said, "I'm not going to let this Arjuna. I'm waiting for him, waiting for the day when he will come and stand in front of me. Chadak, I will just kill him." He did the worst thing to my Krishna. But then Krishna, who is now the lady, spoke out. "But ma'am, I think Krishna decided to be the charioteer of Arjuna because Arjuna was his very dear friend. And do you think that Krishna's hands became very, very sore after riding the reins? But if you kill Arjuna, don't you think Krishna's heart will become sore?" When Krishna said that, sorry, Pingala just thought back for a moment and said, "What you said is right. If he was so dear to Krishna, killing him would make my Lord's heart sore, and I would not want to do that." She took out the third knife and threw it away. Arjuna fell at the feet of Pingala, and at the same moment, all his pride vanished. Thank you so much for listening to the stories of Krishna. I hope you had a great time listening to them. There is only one rule I tell when I tell everybody when I share a story with them. When you listen to a story, and if you find that the story touched your hearts, please do share it with others. Happy Janmashtami. May the Lord give you all happiness in your life. See you soon. This is Lavanya Prasad signing off. And Talescope says a big bye-bye. And if you like this video, please do share it in your timelines so that many people get to listen to the stories. See you all soon again. Good night.